Hey everyone, so the topic for today is cravings. We all have them. Some people are more sweet people, chocolate people, some people are more, salt and crunchy people, but everybody gets cravings. And the fact that diets don't work. So that's why we're working on crowding out and really focusing on adding in nutrient dense superfoods. And the more that you do that, you will crowd out, I keep repeating myself, crowd out the junk food by adding in the superfoods. So that's our basic premise. Diets don't work because they focus on the negative, they focus on restriction, what you can't have, and it's just not good long term, especially yo-yo dieting. That can be so bad for your health. It's bad for your heart, it's bad for your insulin levels, it's bad for your brain. I mean, studies show it's really yo-yo dieting is worse than not dieting at all. So that's why we just want to focus on, adding in quality, high nutrient density foods. And as you do that, you'll just want less crap. We want to really minimize the inflammatory foods. Diet soda is one of the worst things you can do for your body because not only is it dehydrating, it's a chemical concoction and it creates so much stress to your liver, and your body just doesn't know what to do with diet soda. It's not water. It's just a chemical concoction. So if you can replace little things, your chocolate fix, your chips and dip fix. I know kale chips and carrots aren't the same. Carrots and hummus aren't the same as Utz chips and sour cream dip. I get it. But if you can just, focus on adding in more and more good food, you're just going to want less crap. You just will over time. But change the mindset of I can't have this, I can't have that, and focus on more of what you can have and what you do enjoy. So today I thought you have some recipes for some chocolate lovers smoothies, and you can get really creative. Like I keep encouraging you, be creative with your smoothies. That's what I do. If Reese's Pieces are your thing, then make a chocolate almond butter smoothie or protein bites. If maybe Thin Mints are your thing, then use some peppermint essential oil or some fresh peppermint from your garden or from the grocery store, and add that to your raw cacao. And by the way, raw cacao, as we know, is an amazing superfood, and it's really high in magnesium. So just remember that sometimes your craving runs deeper. Maybe you are depleted in magnesium if you crave chocolate. And so a supplement, a magnesium supplement, might help as well. And being dehydrated and lacking sleep makes us more susceptible to cravings too. So get your good night's sleep and get your water. I know it's just the basic stuff and it's like, oh, can't you tell me something more exciting? Well, no, it's the basics that really make a huge difference, okay? I'm gonna concoct a chocolate smoothie. I'm just gonna wing it. I have a bunch of stuff out here. I wanted to just mention too that dates are a great way to sweeten, and you have a recipe for date nut balls too, which I made yesterday, the bliss balls. And they use dates as the sweetener, so they are really sticky. The consistency is just so nice, and it's a great sweet fix. So try that too, and you can add some raw cacao to it. And make it chocolate nut date balls. Sounds good to me. So be creative and, just play with the consistency and make it work. Add a little more of this, a little less of that. All right, so, and remember bio-individuality. That was another thing that I just wanted to make sure that I reinforced to you. A lot of you have been with me since January, but the bio-individuality, meaning not one diet fits all. So there are trends, there's so many dietary theories out there. You got paleo, you got low carb, you got just vegan, you got a bazillion different things. You have to create your own so that it works for you. Now my approach is the flexitarian, which I'm all about flexibility. And so that is, make it work for you. If I could be mostly vegan, I would be. I am actually. But I have to have a little bit of meat. I'm a type O blood type. That's just working better for me. That's me. So you have to decide what works for you. And maybe you will be a vegan. Maybe you paleo is awesome for you. Think of the 70-30 rule, and that is 70% of the time eat healthy. And then 30% of the time, go ahead and indulge. I mean, don't go over the top with it, you know, because that's just gonna set you up for that yo-yo thing. But just indulge and enjoy, and little by little you'll find things, you know, I hate to use the word hack, like I said, chocolate lovers hacks, you know, whatever, things that you can do to replace the favorite you know, addictions maybe that you have. And next thing you know, you're just not going to crave them as much. I mean, speaking from experience. So, all right, so here we go. Let's make I'm in the mood for chocolate this morning. And so this is healthy chocolate you can have for breakfast or you can have for dessert. So I'm going to whip up, let's see, what shall I do? I'm going to make, of course, we're going to use the raw cacao. I'll put some kefir. I have coconut water, coconut milk, and kefir. So I'm just going to do a little bit of all of that. And again, little by little, you guys are going to get more comfortable with the wing it chef like me. I don't really go with recipes so good. I mean, it's nice to have a basics to start with, but you know, like I keep saying, go with what is in your house and what your taste is for the day and experiment. So that was a concoction of it. It's about a cup of liquid, a little kefir there, coconut milk, coconut water, a kefir, which I keep saying, good for digestion, health, and probiotics. I'm going to add a little coconut oil to my smoothie this morning. And it's kind of warm in my house today, so coconut oil is pretty soft. And coconut oil, like I was saying yesterday, it is saturated fat, but it's really a healthy fat. It's good for brain health. It's so good to start to add coconut oil in. It will help with your cravings as well. So, and there's a million different things you can do with coconut oil, and that's a whole other topic. I'll try to post that for you. Okay, I'm gonna add some raw cacao now. Why do you want raw cacao? It's the processing that makes such a difference. So completely different than a Hershey's chocolate bar. Not that I'm not a fan of Hershey's chocolate, because I am. Now that's about a tablespoon of raw cacao. Such an awesome superfood, high in protein, fiber, omega-6 fatty acids, and of course magnesium, which everyone's depleted in. It's so important. Get your magnesium in. Okay, so let's add some cacao nibs, because that makes it a little crunchy. A little extra of that. You could add superfruit powder, or maybe like some frozen berries and your superfruit powder, so it's your chocolate covered berry. Also, the dark sweet cherries are really, really great anti-inflammatory too. A chocolate covered cherry, now that sounds good. Okay, I'm gonna do that one. I just talked myself into it. But you could add nut butter, almond butter. You could add a banana. So if you like, you know, bananas and chocolate, and you know, it's like a peanut butter sundae, or it's like a what is that? A banana split. You know, you could do that. That would be amazing too. You know, again, you could add. Where's my mint essential oil? I lost it. Oh, there it is. You could add, you know, a mint essential oil if you have that on hand. You could add mint from your garden, make it the thin mint instead of that. You wouldn't want, you know, if you're gonna do that, probably don't do the berries, although berries, mint, chocolate, that doesn't sound bad. You know, but mint is great. I keep the peppermint oil on hand, and the topic yesterday was energy. Peppermint, so good for energy. Okay, and then I'm gonna add a little collagen in. Sometimes I do half and half. So if you don't like the sweetness of your protein powder, you could do, you know, half collagen, which again, high in amino acids, protein. It's such a great thing to add in. It's really good for your hair, your skin, your nails. Add in the collagen. So I'm going to do half that and half of the Sun Warrior Illuminate, which is in your, you know, on your Amazon list. Okay, is that good? Sweetener, fruit. There's no vegetables in this one, and that's okay with me, because I do a lot of vegetables, you know, throughout the day, so that's good. You could add cinnamon to it, you know, dates as your sweetener, whatever. Okay, so let me get the top out here and we will blend this up. You guys are getting creative. I honestly did not know what I was going to make before I started here, but when I saw the cherries, I was like, yep, that's what I'm going to do. So, let's see here. I forgot to get a glass out. I'm out of my big mason jars. We'll just do a little shot of it to get started here. Just a little mini mason jar. Okay, so you can see the color of that one. That's the chocolate covered cherry. Okay, and it's got the little crunchies in it because it has coconut oil, which does tend to solidify a little, you know, because it's cold. When it's cold, it solidifies. Gets a little crunchy, and of course it has the cacao nibs in it as well. So really high in magnesium and plant-based superfoods. So even though it doesn't have greens in it, these are plant-based superfoods and plant-based protein. So it's still high in protein, it's still high in a lot of superfoods, even though it's not green, okay? So, all right, just to finish up, I'll read you guys a quick quote from my book. Let's see what we come up with today. Flexibility means being able to make problems into teachers. So that one's such a good one for today, actually, because remember, you know, your cravings are not the enemy. The aches and pains that you have are not the enemy. They are the messengers. They are the way that your body is communicating with you to let you know that something isn't quite right. Let's switch it up so that you have less pain and less cravings. So great quote for the day. Remember to keep posting your pictures and tag me in it so I don't miss it. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And there's a juice detox happening June 5th. You have to sign up really soon. In fact, I want you to sign up before this Friday. And you can sign up next week too if you want to. But the reason I'd love for you to sign up earlier is because next week would be an opportunity to wean off coffee, wean off sugar, gluten, dairy, inflammatory foods in general. And so the link, I'll post the link, but join me if you want to. It'll be a 3-day juice cleanse. You can do a 1 or 2 day, that works too. You'll get, you have all your recipes, so you'll be able to continue with your healthy eating and add in the juices. It's not about restriction, although weight loss will be a pretty good side effect, as well as boosting your energy when you add these nutrient-dense juices in. So it's a really great thing to do if you've not done it before. A lot of you have done it before, and you might want to join me for round 2 because the second time is always better. Okay, so that's it for today. Have an awesome day, you guys. Experiment, get your chocolate fix in. Again, if you're craving sweet and salty, add a little, you know what's really good in your protein bites is sea salt. So that's your sweet salty combo too. So, okay, have an awesome day, and I'll check in with you tomorrow.